Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing His word of sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children that they're keeping His word of sincerity and in truth. Okay, I wanted to make a quick video. As you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard about the shooting that the ICE agent did in Minneapolis. But you know, I was trying to look up the victim, see, you know, if it was a Israelite, Jake, or you know, Edomite or whoever it might have been off rip, you know, at least from face value. And it appears that it was an Edomite woman, because this is the woman on the right. And what I wound up finding out was that the woman that got shot was married to another woman. You know, it says Renee Nicole Good's sobbing wife, who claimed Minneapolis ICE shooting was my fault, revealed. And just going through the article, which I read the article because I was trying to get information. What wound up happening was the woman that got shot was told by the woman on the left, which is her wife, to go out and protest the ICE agents. And I seen the video of the shooting. You know, I don't know. I'm not gonna post it because YouTube might flag it. But one of the brothers got it on their page, entitled "Ice Baby." I can't remember the rest of the title, but what wound up happening was, or what the article is going into was, how she told Renee, her wife, to go and protest, and that was, I don't know exactly what all led up to the ICE agents being outside where they were, but the woman was in the car, and they claimed that she was trying to run over ICE agent, saying that she weaponized her car when she was trying to drive off when they ordered her out of the car. And the officer that was in front of the car when she was driving forward shot 3 times, shot her in the head, killing her. And that's what wound up happening. This is another picture of the woman. So she appears to be an Edomite woman, especially, just from face value and just looking at her. She appears to be an Edomite woman who has or had a 6-year-old son, And the crazy part about it was she was married to a man back in 2023. Well, she was married to a man, or the father. I think it was the father of the child. And he passed away in 2023. And then she got with this woman, and married a woman. And let me see where it said it. Here it is. It says Rebecca, which is her, Renee. Renee is the woman that got shot. Rebecca is the woman that the other wife. Both of them are wives. This is the crazy part. Both of them are wives. So it says, I'm gonna read both paragraphs. It says, all the while Rebecca had been outside of the car and apparently confronting the ICE agents, she didn't seem to realize her wife had been hurt until their SUV accelerated away and slammed into a car down the block. Rebecca was then seen distraught and apparently crying that she had been the one who asked her wife to go out and protest the ICE operations. And as you can see, now, like I said, these appears to be Edomites. So first and foremost, it ain't no salvation for them anyways. Secondly, anybody that has sense should know or understand that this world is finna be destroyed. This system, everything about this world is finna be chaotic. It's finna be extremely violent, and it's finna be a lot of death, mass death. No man would tell his wife to go out and protest, but here it is. You have a case where it's 2 women, and and I guess because the one on the left supposed to be the man, and the one on the right is supposed to be the woman. And in the article somewhere it said they called her a handyman. or no, a handy woman. I'm sorry, they called her a handy woman. I don't forgot exactly where it was. Lock you. Somewhere in the article, it said that, you know, she was a handy woman, but no one in their right mind, no man in his right mind will go tell his wife or put his wife in home, in that type of way. And this is why, another reason why men, and especially men of the Lord, are going to be extremely valuable in the times that's to come. Because something like this, which again, if they are, they appear to be Edomites, so they had no hope anyway, no chance anyway. But just say the situation was with Israelites. If these were Israelite women, the Israelite, the women, they're supposed to have a husband. They're not supposed to be together dealing with each other. They're supposed to have a husband. Either they have their own individual husband, or they're sharing the same man, and they're supposed to be under his protection, under his roof, under his authority. But again, you have a situation where you got two women together, and you got the one woman that told this other woman to go down and protest, and then she wound up getting killed, and now she, sobbing, saying it's her fault when y'all ain't supposed to be together in the first place, But this is all the judgment of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, And as we see, these different, because it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be a lot. And then, from my understanding, I believe they're saying that the ICE agent has immunity. Let's see. Right, see? Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, it was JD Vance says, which I want to see if it's an article. Oh, okay, I see it now. Let me go back. It says FBI blocks state law enforcement from ICE shooting investigation. Minneapolis or Minnesota law enforcement officials said Thursday that the FBI blocked them from participating in an investigation into the fatal shooting of a woman by an ICE agent, intensifying the dispute between the state and the federal government over the death. They're literally at odds about this situation, which it ain't gonna let me read the whole thing because I'm not paying no $2. Let me see if I can find. I might just play this. Yeah, I guess I'll just play this. Well, this is fair use. Fair use. I'm not using your content to make any money. Strictly for educational purposes, bringing out biblical truth. So fair use, fair use.
I wish the state officials in Minnesota would investigate why you have so many people who are using their vehicles and other means to actually interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation. The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action. That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job.
And as you heard it out of his mouth, he said he was protected by absolute immunity. See? Let's see if we can get that. I'm trying to click the more, but I'll play it one more time.
Officials in Minnesota would investigate why you have so many people who are using their vehicles and other means to actually interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation. The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action. That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job.
That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job. And if that indeed was, from face value, it was an Edomite woman. you know. And if it indeed was an Edomite woman and they're doing this to the Edomites, to their own people, how much worse do you think it's going to be for Jake? And this is Jeremiah 30, starting in verse 5. No, starting in verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, so all 12 tribes. But thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman Salakia in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, which the he is going into the elect. Jacob's trouble is literally a time of unprecedented evil, which I looked that word up, unprecedented, just to get, here we go, unprecedented. It says, means something has never happened, been done, or been known before. It's novel, unexampled, or unparalleled, describing events, scales, or actions without any prior instance or precedent. It's used for things like unprecedented success, unprecedented violence, or unprecedented levels of something, indicating a situation entirely new in history, like the global pandemic impact. Now, let's get unprecedented violence. It says that has never been done. Well, the same thing. The situation is unprecedented in modern times. There were unprecedented scenes of violence in the city's main square, which is an example. So it's letting you know in the scriptures, alas, for that day is great. There is none like it. It's unprecedented evil. It said it is even the time of Jacob's trouble. It's unprecedented evil for Jake. It's gonna be the most dangerous time. I'm gonna get a precept. This is Daniel chapter 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So that's the he that should be saved out of it, those whose names are written in the book of life, aka the elect. And I'm gonna get one more precept, because these people are going, Esau is gonna come in. He's gonna come out to Jake. Let me see. What is it? This is Isaiah 59. Let me see. Might be 58. Yeah, here it is. No, that's not it. Let me see. Okay, it was Isaiah 59. Yeah, Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, which is the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, because when the flood come in, it comes in their rushing water. It comes all in at one time, rushing towards the where it's going. And the Lord is saying that's how the enemy gonna come in. It's gonna come in one time to gather up and to whoever they're coming after. They're gonna come from all angles, coming at you, with force. Because that's how also a flood will come in. It's going to come in with force. The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And what is that standard that the Lord is going to lift up? The spiritual powers. The Lord is going to bestow men with spiritual power. Because you just think about this, I seen the video. But if you watch the video of the woman, being shot, on the from the ICE agent, you will see she was completely helpless. She was surrounded, which, let me see, I might still have it up. Yeah, I don't want to play it. Like I said, I don't know how YouTube is gonna react to it. That's the brother page, and this is the video. So she was surrounded. You got 1, 2 right there. It's another one in front. That's the guy that was in front. That's the one that shot her right there. And then you got another one, another agent. Let's see. Another one right there to the right. So it was at least 4 just from counting. But as you can see, trying to line it up perfectly. This is her when she started driving off, and you can see already the other agent, trying to get out of the way, and he's already shooting. To get right here. See, he's already shooting. She already done been shot in the head. She possibly was already dead at this point right here, because what's gonna happen is later on, as the next few seconds, the SUV is gonna go and hit another vehicle down there. So she's already gone. You can even hear her hit the horn. You can hear her, I guess her head or whatever part of her body tap the horn. So she was already probably gone. But going back to the scriptures, it said when the enemy shall come in like a flood, and she was surrounded, and this is them not even using their power, or the maximum of power of their power, weaponry, their army, what they got, the drones, the AI, the robots, and whatever else they have in store that they're gonna use during the time of Jacob's trouble. This is just them sending in federal agents, ICE agents, to for whatever situation. I'm not entirely sure what the full spectrum of the situation was, but this just them sending them in, trying to detain that one woman, and they used the standard gun to kill her. So imagine what's gonna be going on for you Israelites. But for the elect, the Lord said the Spirit of the Lord is gonna lift up a standard against him, the enemy. So you gonna have spiritual powers. You ain't gonna get caught in situations like that, and Esau be able to just handle the men of the Lord or the elect in general in any manner. It's not gonna be like that. So, just wanted to speak on that, how the Lord, bringing judgment as well as prophecies to pass, and these examples is both gonna stir up people, because it's gonna instill fear. When people hear about that and certain people see the video, that's gonna instill fear into them, to fear Esau and fear what he got coming. But also too, it's gonna bring about more and more prophecies, because these other countries, they hearing about what's going on and seeing what's going on over here in America, Babylon the Great. So we gonna see how all these things play out. But Lord will is edifying. So on that note, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. And until next time, shalom.